What's up guys, Emargy's back in the game, so welcome to a new episode of Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. So, at the moment we are playing as Toby and now we are going to sniff this wall because it seems like whoever killed the guy his name I forgot, left, or yeah, he left over this wall.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. And now?
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
What does this mean now? What can I do? I'm still Toby. I haven't a trail to follow. Ah, right, okay. I did not go in there.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
Maybe they left the silverware somewhere. Okay, and now the well. I just walked past it, but I think they did something in there as well. Let's see. Yeah, of course they did.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
Well, we will find out. Oh, glittering object. Okay, they left the silverware in there and they packed it in the shed. Yep, this was definitely set
There's
up.
Something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it? I need a
Item required, okay. Let's check the shed. I mean, I can do what they did. Hook.
This hook might be useful.
Yep, definitely.
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
Must be empty.
Small gardening tools, nothing of great interest.
Okay.
Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved.
Yep, and one of them was used to put the silverware in there. I think. We will find out. Of course.
Silverware. This is hardly a coincidence.
Let's rotate. Coat of
The
arms.
Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
It definitely looks like it. So, let's confront her with this, I think. Knotted rope, silverware? No, silverware with the criminals. Yes. Robbery is the motive. Robbery is confirmed as the motive for the crime. The criminals may have plans to return for the silverware that they dumped. Imitated robbery. I'm pretty sure this was an imitated robbery. The robbery could have been imitated to explain Sir Eustace's death. The silverware was not supposed to be found. I think this is the case here. I'm sure of it. I'm really sure of it. Okay, so let's go back in. And let's talk to the lady. Hello again.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
That's it? What? Investigate the murder at the Abbey Grange. Dialogue. And sailor notes. Ah, perform analysis. That's interesting.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
It is up to us, and we will solve this mystery. The inspector's tale and the violent behavior. Domestic violence. Sir Eustace was violent towards his wife. Oh. Sir Eustace was murdered by the one person who was visiting that night. It was he who tied up Lady Brackenstall. He's tall and strong. The murderous visitor. Right. Okay, so now we have only one task, and it's analyzing the rope. Oh, we still have dialogue about the silverware open. Let's talk to everyone about it.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Indeed, of course. I am Sherlock Holmes. What do you think? Come on, open this door. Where's Watson? Where are you? Okay, let's just head back to Baker Street. There he is.
Have you found something interesting?
Yep, found the silverware.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Brave Toby. So let's analyze this rope. Or examine this rope.
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut. Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope.
Let's take the scissors. I don't think that they will do it this smoothly.
The fibers from this cut appear to be different.
Yep. Cutters. Okay.
The fibers from this
Oh.
cut appear to be different.
Not quite. Now we'll use the knife. I think the knife will do a nice and clean cut. Yep. Looks
If I
good
cut
to me.
the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
Okay. Sharp knife and the knotted rope. The rope was cut once with a sharp knife and tied quickly in sailor's knots. That could indicate that the intruder had a sailor's background. Okay. Look for sailor. The person who was visiting that night was probably a sailor. Search for sailor suspects. How and where can I look for sailor suspects? The photograph notes. Search archives. I'm glad that I'm still here. The Rock of Gibraltar, 1893. Rock of Gibraltar's arrival. Arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar. A ship returned. The Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, Connaught Building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning land and tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent.
Here it is. The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Okay. He's still standing there like that?
Watson, I need Wiggins. Is he anywhere nearby?
He's right across the
Oh,
street.
Wiggins.
You can
Wiggins again.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours later. And
Here
they
it is,
got
Mr.
it.
Holmes.
Of course.
We can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Good work, young Wiggins.
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
It's perfect. Thank you so much.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Okay, so... holy shit. Okay, the murder date... What?
This list...
Yep. Okay, listing of senior officers. Charles W. Chill. No, Jack Crocker. Henry Southward, that's him.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
The Ernest J.
This
Woods.
officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Thomas Walker. No. Herbert Whittington. No. William Pledge. Only Podledge. Charles W. Chill.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
So, Jack Crocker? No, but William Podledge?
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Thomas Walker, Herbert Whittington. No. Mr. Jack Crocker.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Okay, Thomas Walker and Herbert Whittington. No. And the last one, Thomas Walker and Herbert
This officer
Whittington.
is still at sea.
Okay,
This
and
officer
he
is
as well.
still at
So
sea.
it's Jack
Therefore,
Crocker.
he cannot be involved. Captain
got our
Jack
man.
Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Right.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Sometime later.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Lady Brackenstall.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her, from when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
Let's have a look at him. So, what do we have? Clear look. Honest. Okay. That's interesting. Anything else in his face? No? Strong build? Oh. What? Just his pants? It looks like it. What? Can't find... newspaper ink. That's interesting. Clean boots. And... sea knife. You tied her up.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Sailor's knots.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed, anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Huh. Are we done already with this case? That was really quick. I mean, seriously, this was really, really quick. The statement and Captain Crocker. The person who was visiting that night was probably a sailor. I know that. Crocker's involvement. Crocker is lying. His involvement is clear. He appeared as soon as he heard that I was looking for him, thus signaling his guilt. Captain Crocker was aboard the shop on the night of the murder. He was not afraid to confront me. He had a confident demeanor. I think he was it. Definitely. Ha! The captain is the killer. That's it. I thought this case is much longer, to be honest. And yeah, for me it was clear from the beginning on that... Or maybe it's too obvious, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure, but I will stay with this. The captain is the killer. Sir Eustace was murdered by one person who was visiting that night. The murderer is tall and agile, and a high-ranking sailor. Arrest Captain Crocker. Jack Crocker is a murderer, and you will bring him and his accomplice, Lady Brackenstall, to justice. I mean, I feel sorry for her, because yeah, she was in an abusive relationship, and maybe at this time it wasn't that easy for... Okay, it's still not easy to leave an abusive relationship, but wait, still, it's a murder is not solving anything. Let's read the other one. Absolve Captain Crocker. The murder was committed in self-defense. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and dipsomaniacal man. The mystery is solved, but you decide to keep it secret. There's no need to inform the police. I mean, he was an asshole. Definitely. But I'm not sure if I should let him go. Should I let him go? Should I just let him go for this? I mean, he murdered someone. I stay with the arresting. Let's arrest him. They could just have threatened him to leave her
Wiggins,
or something.
Could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
And barely an hour has passed.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailors' knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
but that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes,
You would not have managed to protect her.
till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear, and it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
What? Oh! Don't! No, 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 no! Holy shit! I mean, I really feel sorry for her, to be honest. And for him as well. Not for the dead asshole, but for those two.
You should have let me die. How can I live if Mary suffers?
Not so fast,
I am
Captain.
sorry, Captain Crocker, but there has been quite enough death in this case. Inspector, I give you Sir Eustace's killer. He tried his best to perform his own justice.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, it was me. I confess.
Here is a piece of evidence that can be used in court.
Perfect. A case that went smoothly for once.
That's it. The Abbey Grange affair. Sir Eustace was murdered by Captain Jack Crocker, who was visiting Lady Brackenstall that night. They staged it as a robbery by the Randall gang. Crocker used his sea knife to cut the bell rope to tie the lady and then hid the silverware in the well. He committed a violent crime for which he deserves a condign punishment. Is this correct? Yes, Captain is the killer and I found all the clues. That's cool, actually. But this case was really... it was really short, to be honest. I thought it would be a lot longer. But, well, okay. Maybe I'm just getting better at the game, I don't know. But yeah, I will end this episode right here. But wait, first we do accept this decision, of course. Yep. Personality ranking, Law Protector. I'm still not sure. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. What? I'm still not sure if I should have let them go. Because, yeah, I don't know, I feel sorry for her. And for him. But, okay, now it's done and I stay with my decision. The Kew Gardens drama, so that's the next case. Which means that we'll end this episode right here. I really hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button down below, leave me a comment. And then I will see you again in the next episode of Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments.